Well, hey there, Bill O'Leary. Happy Thursday to you. Coming to you live. Part of our series every Thursday at about this time I go live, and we call it our Thirsty Thursday series. And where we got the name was, you've heard of Thirsty Thursday. You go out for a beer or two. Well, instead of being thirsty for an adult beverage, if you're thirsting for knowledge, you've come to the right place. And so what I do is I go live and talk about a topic that may be of interest or some currency in what I do. So I am a lawyer, and I do estate planning, elder law, and probate. My firm is Legacy Planning Law Group. So again, if you're thirsting for knowledge, you for sure have come to the right place. So today's topic, kind of interesting one: how to give gifts to your grandchildren. How to give gifts to your grandchildren. Okay. So look, gifting to your grandkids, gifting assets to your grandkids is a great thing to do. A lot of people do it. That can do more. Actually, giving gifts to your grandchildren can do more for your descendants, if you will. It can really help them get a good start in life, and it also can reduce the size of your estate and maybe the tax that might be due at your death. So really the simplest way or the simplest approach is to give a grandchild just an outright gift. And right now in 2022, you can give up to $16,000 a year per person per year without having to report the gift to the IRS. And if you're married, both of you and your spouse can make these sorts of gifts. So for example, a married couple, let's say they have 4 grandchildren, they can give away up to $128,000 a year with no gift tax implications, none whatsoever. And in addition to that, the gifts will not count as taxable income to your grandchildren. It's not income to the recipient of the gift. Although, if once they receive the gift, if they earn, let's say, interest or dividends on that gift, then because they may be invested, they'll have to pay income tax on that. But the gift itself is not taxable as income to the recipient, in this case, the grandkids. So just remember, though, just as a caution, if you're looking to start a gifting program for the grandkids, any gift could interfere with Medicaid eligibility. If you need long-term care and you may want Medicaid to pay for it, just be careful. That could sort of create some Medicaid eligibility problems. Now, you may have some misgivings about making outright gifts to your grandchildren. It's sort of given to them in their hand, and there's no restriction, no protection, no strings attached. There's no guarantee that the money that you give them will be used in a way that maybe you would have wanted them to do with it. So money that you hoped would save, let's say, for educational expenses, maybe instead they don't use it for education, but they use it on a fact-finding mission to Fort Lauderdale or Daytona Beach, otherwise known as spring break. Fortunately, there are a number of options to protect against the misuse of these funds, of these gifted funds by your grandkids. For example, you can pay for educational and medical costs for your grandchildren. You can pay it directly to the educational institution, to the doctor, hospital, whatnot. And there's no limit on these gifts, meaning that you can pay these expenses in addition to making those $16,000 per person per year gifts. But again, you have to make sure to pay the school or the medical provider directly. Another way to sort of create some restrictions on the use of the money is you can make gifts to what's called a custodial account. Parents can set up a custodial account for the minor child. You can transfer money into a trust, as another example, where you maybe set up a trust for the benefit of your grandchild. How about this? Maybe you can put money in a 529 account. That's like an education savings account, and you can earmark that for the grandchild. And oh, by the way, if you've designated a certain grandchild as a beneficiary of the 529 and they don't use all of it, maybe instead of going to a 4-year private institution, they go to a trade school and there's money left over, you then can use that unused money for the benefit of another grandchild or any other beneficiary that you want. And you can also use other gifting vehicles like IRAs and savings bonds. So there are a number of things you can do to save money and then give it for your grandkids. So if you'd like to know more about how to give gifts to your grandchildren and maybe how we can help, we would love to talk to you. So it's a really easy initial step. Go ahead and just book a 15-minute, free 15-minute discovery phone call with us. That's what we call it, our discovery phone call. So just go to our website, legacyplanninglawgroup.com, and just select the book your free phone call button, and it'll take you to our booking page, okay? You pick the date and time that works for you. And the purpose for this call is to give us a chance to understand what your concerns are, so that way we can tell you if we can help you, number one. And number two, for us to start a conversation so that we can both get a sense as to whether we would be a good fit for each other and work well with each other. So again, the call is complimentary, okay? As I close here, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, and better yet, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with your friends, particularly those that maybe have been giving gifts to the grandkids or thinking about doing it, thinking about starting a gifting program. I think they would find this helpful. So I hope you've enjoyed this talk, how to give gifts to your grandchildren. I plan on giving another talk again next Thursday at about the same time. Again, same day and time, just a different topic. So if you're thirsty for knowledge, we will quench your thirst. So Bill O'Leary signing off for now. On behalf of everybody here, great team. We have a team at my firm, Team Legacy, we call ourselves. Go make it a great day and make it a better world.